Hi guys, it's Steffi from the Novelty Corner and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my June book haul for you. There are a lot of books, I haven't counted them yet. I'm pretty sure there's like 31 books here, and this is not even including the children's picture books that I purchased by authors of colour and First Nations authors, so that might be a separate video. As always, I'm going to start off with books that I received for review. Some of these I've already talked about in Books Beside My Bed videos, so I won't spend too much time on them. I do have a copy of True Life by J. Kristoff. This is the third book in the Lifelike series, which is YA sci-fi. Again by E. Lockhart, which was a YA contemporary with some other elements thrown into it. And also Better Luck Next Time by Kate Hilton, which was an adult contemporary fiction book about the women in one particular family and the things that they experience over the course of a year. From Scholastic, I received Shuri by Nick Stone. This is the sort of Shuri's origin stories. It's not exactly the same as the Black Panther film, so, you know, go into it knowing that there's going to be some differences, and it was a lot of fun. I also received Rick by Alex Gino, which is set in the same universe world as their story George, and it was absolutely delightful. And I also received two picture books from Scholastic, Not Cute by Philip Bunting and Dharma the Llama by Matt Cosgrove. And finally from Scholastic, I also received Part of a Bigger Universe, the Marvel sort of coffee table book that has a whole lot of quotes from the various Marvel films. Next up are books that I received in subscription boxes. The first one was The Switch by Beth O'Leary. This came in my luxury reads box. I have read this book. I read it as an e-arc, so I would like to go back to it and reread it at some point, but this cover is really, really cool. The more I look at it, the more I really like it. I received 3 of my Bay Crate boxes that had gone, you know, traveling through the postal system this month, so I actually have quite a few Bay Crate books. The first one is Love Unscripted by Owen Nichols, You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogle. In the most recent Bay Crate box, I received 3 books. There is Feather by Olivia Wildenstein, and also the first 2 books in Amanda Boucher's Night Chaser series, Night Chaser and Starbreaker. The next 2 books that came into my apartment are not actually ones that I purchased recently. I've actually purchased these many, many years ago, and they've been living at my parents' house, and I just saved them because my mum was clearing out books. So there is the Star Wars Union graphic novel, which was the wedding of Luke Skywalker and Mara Jade, so I've rescued that to put it back into my collection. And also the Star Wars Vehicles and Vessels, because I'm a geek like that. I did pick up a non-fiction title this month. It is The Guide to Essential Oils by Eco Modern Essentials. This has a whole lot of information in it, as well as recipes for DIY things. So I wanted to have a copy of it because I am very much enjoying playing around with my essential oils. And basically everything else I'm going to show you are romance books, and I have read the majority, if not all of them. I have the first 3 books in Tessa Dare's Girl Meets Duke series. These are all mass market paperbacks. There is The Duchess Deal, The Governess Game, and The Wallflower Wager. I have read all of those, really enjoyed them. I also have the first 2 books in Sarah MacLean's Bare Knuckle Bastards series. So you have Wicked and the Wallflower and Brazen and the Beast. I've read these as well, really enjoyed them. I picked up a physical copy of Slave to Sensation by Nalini Singh. I'm just slowly, when I can, collecting the books in the Side Changeling series, but this is book 1, so it felt like I should probably have it on my shelf. And the rest are all contemporary romance books. So I picked up the UK edition of The Hating Game in paperback, and I also picked up 99% Mine, both by Sally Thorne. A physical copy of Well Met by Jen DeLuca, which I read on my Kindle and loved, and I needed a physical copy because I'm going to be rereading this at some point. I have the physical copy of Beach Read by Emily Henry. I did read an e-arc of this and I loved it so much. This is going to be one of those really popular summer romance releases. I know it's already come out and people are really enjoying it, but it is a really fantastic story. The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, which is an enemies to lover romance story that I have read. Love Horror Loser by Tessa Bailey. This is the follow-up book to Fix Her Up, so I wanted to have the second copy. I didn't love this as much as Fix Her Up, but I do really enjoy the characters in the world, so I just wanted to have the series. And then finally, I've picked up the first 2 books in the VIP series by Kristen Callahan, so that is Idol and Managed. And Managed is fantastic. This is my favorite book in the series and I really, really wanted it. So those are all the books that I picked up and acquired, because that's what you do when you're stuck in quarantine and you just start looking at books online. It also probably didn't help that I discovered a couple of online romance bookstores in Australia, and I thought that was a really great way to spend my money. In the comments below, feel free to let me know if you have read any of these books or if you're planning on reading them in the future. I hope that wherever you are in the world, you are staying safe and healthy, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.